everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm doing a sewing vlog. You'll have to forgive me, I have a cold, so apologies if I sound bunged up. So yeah, today I'm going to be sewing my first project for my baby girl. So I'm actually 35 weeks pregnant now, so my bump. And yeah, really excited for her arrival, but I wanted to get started on some sewing. It's going to be pretty much a slow process because my energy levels are like, you know, got a bit of energy today. I thought I would come and start on a project, and I'm going to be doing the Woodland Wanderer by Waves and Wild. Woodland Wanderer coat, it's quite hard to say, by the brand Waves and Wild. Now it's a children's pattern to obviously make a coat, but some of you guys, if you've followed me or been subscribed for a while, you'll know that I made myself a raincoat last year using the Tilly Buttons Eden pattern. So I had some fabric left over and I'm going to try and attempt to make baby girl a matching jacket. The fabrics are these. Again, if you've watched my sewing vlogs and you watched that specific vlog of me making that raincoat, these will all be familiar to you. So I've got this lovely jersey fabric with this like rainbow print. It's a stretch cotton jersey, and I got sent this from Cotton because they sent me some more, and I was like, as soon as they sent me more, because I didn't have enough, I had like scraps but I didn't have enough to make like a project. And then so Craft Cotton Co sent me a bundle of fabrics and this was in it, and I was like, oh my god, this is the same fabric in my raincoat. And I was like, I wonder if I have enough of the raincoat fabric, which is like a wax fabric. This is from Textiles Express. I had enough of this left and I was like, I'm gonna try and find a pattern to do a little coat. So this is the lining fabric and this is obviously the outer, and I'm not going to be doing a zip up for this particular coat. I'm just going to do it with poppers. So I've got some multicoloured poppers. I will insert a picture actually of what my raincoat looks like for reference. So this is my raincoat that I made using the Tilly and the Buttons Eden coat pattern, and I essentially just want to make a very miniature version for my baby girl. Don't know how it's going to turn out because I've never made clothing for my baby yet, or children in general, so I'm going right into the deep end by making a coat, so call me crazy, but here we are. This pattern actually looks like it's suitable for all different types of fabrics, and I saw someone, I went on their Instagram and I saw their tagged pictures and someone had made a raincoat version with like that kind of raincoat fabric before, so I was like, do you know what, I'm just going to give it a go. It's going to be a bit of trial and error, but I'm just gonna see how it turns out, basically. So yeah, so the main construction is pretty straightforward. We've got a hood and we've got the basic panel. So this is the coat back. So we've got one of those. We've got the coat front. We've got a sleeve piece, and then we have a hood. They're the hood pieces, and a pocket, which actually I think I'm going to avoid putting a pocket on the front, just for ease, and also because I'm making the 3 to 6 months size, and I highly doubt my baby girl's going to need pockets at 3 to 6 months. It would look really, really adorable, but I don't think it's necessary, and I think, well, I'll put it together and I'll see how I feel, because they won't take me long to do, but it's just whether or not it's needed, really. The extra fuss. So yeah, so that's essentially it. The pattern pieces are quite straightforward by the looks of them. I think it will just be a case of putting it all together, knowing that it's a lot smaller to work with. So yeah, I need to interface also the front panels of the jacket on the back of the raincoat fabric, just for a little bit of structure. Don't need to interface the lining, but I'm going to interface the front panels of the coat. Pregnancy it definitely is exhausting, but more so having to have a cold. And I don't know why they call it a cold, because it sounds less than it was. I've genuinely felt really poorly this week, but having a cold when you can't take any tablets or anything for it, and then being pregnant on top of that, it's really tiring. So I've been really tired this week, and apologies if my brain is showcasing that. My chair is super squeaky as well. Yeah, so apologies if my brain is just like not there. So this is how the interfacing should look, and what I've done is I've just laid out my pieces. Obviously they're mirrored, so this is the wrong side of the fabric facing up. I've placed my interfacing on top, and because it is see-through, I've just drawn that, like hand drawn that shape by eye on the piece, and then do a little close up. Just sort of traced it, you see, and then just drawn this bit by eye. So I'm going to cut that out and then flip it and mirror it and do the same for this side. And then I can go ahead and attach it with my little mini Cricut Easy Press. So I'm just setting up my machine, and I wanted to let you know that I'm using these Sharps needles. They're the best for this kind of raincoat fabric. I found, yeah, they were really good last time because the fabric is quite thick. It doesn't have any like, I suppose like woven holes, I guess. It's hard to describe, but yeah, Sharps needles are the best for that. And then also to note, I'm going to be doing poppers for my fastening, and I've got these prim, this like prim thing, and then the poppers I'll show you in a minute because they're in the other room. And yeah, just using cotton, and we're good to go. So we've got our pieces. So I'm going to sew together all of the outer layers first, because when I sew the lining together, I have to change the sewing machine needle and stuff. So I'm going to do the outer pieces as much as I can do first, and then we can move on to the lining. So the first step is sewing together the shoulder seams. It's a 1 centimetre seam allowance, or 10mm. So I'm just going to sew these bits together, and then I think the next step is pressing the shoulder seams and top stitching them, which is quite cool, and then sewing on the sleeve. So yeah, sew this bit together first. Saying press your shoulder seams to the front and top stitch. So yeah, guess I'll do that now. Sleeve. So where are the sleeves here? It says take one sleeve and note which is the front and back, yep, of the coat. Pin it to your coat, right sides facing, making sure the back of your sleeve is towards the back of the coat and the front of the sleeve is towards the front. So using a 10mm seam allowance, you are touching curves, so you will need to ease your fabric a little. Pin each end, then the notches. Okay, cool. I'm just putting in the sleeve, and I sewed the other side in, and it was just horrible to get this curved edge to the armhole. So what I've done is I've just put a stitch of like long stitches as if you were doing some gathering, and we don't want a gathered sleeve, we don't want any like texture there or puffiness or anything like that, but this helps just to ease that curve into the same shape. Because it's such a small garment, it's just made it easier. So what I did is I gathered it, and as you can see, there's no like actual gathered bits. A little bit of puckering there, which I'll smooth out once I get it through the sewing machine, but that will still sew smooth, and it just helped me kind of get that curve into the right place. So hopefully the second sleeve, the second one stitching in will make it will be a little bit easier. Sorry, I can't get my words out. So yeah, it's quite fiddly, but I think obviously the bigger the size you make, the easier it will be. So I've sewn the sleeves on, and before I attach the sleeve and the body together, which shows here, I'm actually going to, well, I've just snipped the curved edge, and I'm going to iron the edge, the seam towards the body. It doesn't say to do this, but I know it's best to do it now while the sleeve is still open than it would be to do it later on. So I'm going to just iron this towards the body, and then that way it's nice and flat and neat. So when it comes to doing the next step, it's just a lot easier. So yeah, so I've just pinned the sleeve and then the body together, and I'm just sewing all the way down to there, and then pivot, and then down there as well. So you just want to do that on both sides. And yeah, good. And here we have the hoods. Oh my god, you guys, I'm not gonna lie to you, this is not easy. And it's not perfect. Look, there's like little puckers in it and stuff, but oh goodness, that's literally the best I could do. I had to unpick it a few times. Just getting these curved edges with this fabric, because this fabric has absolutely no give or stretch whatsoever. I'm kind of happier with this side, it's fine, and from far away it's fine. We just won't look closely at it, but yeah, I think it'll be okay once I give it an iron and stuff. But yeah, that's the hood. Gosh, yeah, this fabric and tiny sizing is not easy, but we got there in the end, even if it is slightly imperfect. The hood is now attached to the body. It's looking super cute. And now I can do the same process, putting together the lining as I did with the jacket. So basically you need to redo all of these steps again for the lining. And I've also added on this little loop as well, for hanging it up as well. So yeah, really cute. I'm going to go ahead and attach the lining pieces together. Hello, it's the next day, and yes, my hair has changed. I had my hairdresser come round this morning and do a new colour. So yeah, hope you like it. So we are at the stage now, I'm just about to finish up doing the lining, which is where I got to yesterday. So I'm just sewing together the hood. So much easier to sew this jersey together, because a lot of the pieces, when they're circular shaped, you have to, even in the pattern instructions it says has to give a little bit in order to fit the sides or the seams together when doing a curve with a straight edge. And it was super difficult on the raincoat fabric, which I don't know if I can't remember what I showed you guys yesterday, but the hood was not gonna lie, it was a nightmare in this fabric at this size, like 3 to 6 months. It's so small. It's not perfect, but I'm happy with what I got to yesterday. So yeah, the jersey fabric is a lot easier to sew. So if you are making this little jacket, or you want to, after seeing this, then if you're going to make it, then probably don't go for the raincoat fabrics, only because I had it. But yeah, it's nice to know that I can maybe make her some versions of this in like a nice fleecy fabric, or a wool, or a jersey, you know, like that kind of thing. I'm going to sew this bit of, well, I'm going to sew this hood together, attach it to the lining body, and then I can go ahead and attach the lining to the coat, which will be the fun bit, because it's quite not difficult, but there's, you know, obviously quite a few things to do. So yeah, oh goodness, I'm 35 weeks today. Probably can't see my bump in these leggings, but she's just super high, and I'm just so excited to meet her now. 5 weeks until my due date. It'll be closer when I upload this video, so yeah, crazy stuff. Hello. So I have just pinned, I'm trying to be careful so I don't pin myself. I've just pinned my lining to my jacket, and they're pinned up right sides together, so you can see the outer of the coat here. Sorry, my chair is so unbelievably squeaky, it's like not even funny, it's really annoying. Anyway, so yeah, it's pinned right sides together. I've put the sleeves inside, and worth noting as well that I've left a hole on one of the side seams of the lining, about a 5 centimetre hole, which is on instruction number 20, I think, to do that. So now what I need to do is sew up all the way around this outer edge, including the hood, and then I think, yeah, you turn your coat the right way out. So yeah, exciting. Cool, so I'm going to just sew all this all the way around. Wish me luck, hopefully it goes well. So the lining is now attached, and I've just turned it out on itself, and I've just ironed and pinned all the edges to top stitch it. But a little tip that's not in the pattern that I'm going to do right now, just I thought I'd show you, is based on when I made the adult size version for Tilly and the Buttons. There was a little step that's while this side bit is still open, you want to go inside. You can see I've got a little needle there. And you want to attach the armhole, so like that little arm seam there, that sort of like cross seam, to the cross seam of the inside with like a chain stitch. It's obviously hard to show you one-handed, but basically you're going to attach that to that. So when little one puts her arms in and out of the jacket, this isn't pulling away or like getting stuck, because it will be attached together. So that way it's not you know, pulling apart, or the lining isn't coming loose away from the main body. So yeah, it's just like a little tip that was in the pattern for the Eden coat that I made in the adult sizes, so I thought I would do it for this as well. Just a little tip while this is still open, and you can get right inside on that arm and that arm. So I'm just going to do that, and then I can go ahead and top stitch. One thing I would say is sewing stretch jersey to something that has no stretch was actually quite difficult, and I did find it puckered in a few places where it's stretched. You can't tell too much by eye unless I show you, so look, you can see there, it just stretches too much. And a little tip to stop that happening, which I didn't do, is if you are making one similar to me, so you've got like a very stiff or a non-stretch fabric on the outside and you're using a stretch lining, is trim your lining down by like 5mm. That way, 5mm all the way around. That way when it comes to attaching it, not only is it going to be easier because you're allowing for that stretch, but also you can roll it better when it comes to ironing it. So you can sort of like roll it to the side without any bagginess or give in the middle. So obviously for this coat, it's my first attempt. I'm happy with it as it is, but they're little things that you can do if you're thinking of making one similar to mine. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get all these steps done, and then I think it will be a case of finishing up the sleeves and doing the poppers on the front, so I can show you those as well because they're super cute. Just thought I'd let you guys know, I thought I would try my walking foot for the top stitching because of that stretching issue I was getting, and it seems to have eliminated it. So if you are sewing this, you know, with the two different fabrics together, then yeah, try it with the walking foot if you've got one, because it seems to have eliminated that stretch problem that I was getting. The coat is finished. It's so cute, you guys. I'll show you close-ups in a second, but my god, I've had a little cry because I just can't handle it. I can't handle how cute things are, like tiny little baby things. And just making it myself just felt so special. This is the first thing I've made for her, so for it to come out as well as it has, I'm just so happy. The pattern was an absolute dream to sew. I know there was a couple of little tips that I added in myself, but honestly guys, the what they called Ways and Wild pattern, the instructions were so straightforward, and I now feel like I can go into making other things for little girl, for baby girl, and especially if I'm actually just going to go and shop some more of their patterns, to be honest, because I bought this one and yeah, just absolutely loved it. So I'm going to show you the coat in detail, and I've got my one here as well, so you can see for reference. So I'll pop this on and I'll also show you baby girl's version, like close up. Yeah, super pleased. you guys. Here's my my raincoat. So if you didn't already know, I've said it a few times in the video, but it's the Tilly Buttons Eden raincoat that I made, and this is one that I made last year. And now we've got a little matching one for my baby girl. So yeah, it's gonna be so cute. I can't wait for her to be here and for us to match together. Oh, it's too much. I think I'm gonna cry. Oh my gosh. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this vlog. It's the first one that I've obviously done of making a little child's piece of clothing. So if you did enjoy it, then let me know in the comments if you'd like to see more pattern tests, first impressions of a children's pattern, that kind of thing. Let me know, because I will film some more little vlogs like this one. And I'll leave everything I mentioned in the description box. And if there's obviously this fabric, the blue one I got last year, but if I can find similar or the same one, I'll leave it linked below. And then the Cotton Co stripe fabric, I'll leave links below for you guys as well. And that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to my channel for lots more sewing and crafty videos. And yeah, thanks for sticking around, and I'll see you next time. Bye.